Okay, in this video, I'm going to try to explain what are negative exponents. So I'm going to ask basically two questions. First of all, what are they, and what are they not? You know, my English friends are probably going to hate that. My English teacher friends are going to hate me saying it that way, but nevertheless. So, what are they, and what are they not? Basically, it's pretty easy. A negative exponent is just an exponent that has a negative number in the front. Now, the question is, what does it tell you to do? Okay? Now, basically, think of a negative exponent as an instruction. And what's the instruction? The instruction is saying, take the x to the negative 2, and put it in the opposite side of whatever fraction it exists in. Let me say that again. Notice I put that over 1 because any number basically is just over 1. Okay? So what this is saying, take x to the negative 2 and put me in the opposite side, so down here in the denominator, of whatever fraction I'm in. It leaves behind just a 1. So basically x to the negative 2 is the same thing as saying 1 over x squared. So again, think of it as an instruction, telling you to move the term in the exponent that it belongs to, the whole power, to the opposite side of whatever fraction it's in. So this kind of leads us to the second question. What are they not? Well, negative exponents are not negative numbers. Okay? I'm not saying make this somehow multiply it by a negative 2 or something. It's just basically a direction. So 1 over x squared is not a negative number. Okay, so negative exponents, again, think of them just as an instruction, or it's just like telling you to do some directions. Let's do a couple of problems, actually. That might help clear up a couple of the confusions that you have about this. So let's say x, a second example. Let's say my problem is x to the 4th raised to the negative 2 power. So again, what I'm doing is thinking of the rules for exponents. Remember all those from a previous video. And then the new instruction that we have here. When you're raising an exponent to another exponent, so in this case x to the 4th raised to the negative 2, you multiply these two numbers. So basically I get x to the negative 8. And now we're in the same situation as we were up in number 1. What is the instruction that that negative exponent's telling you to do? It's saying, put me in the opposite side of whatever fraction I'm in. So it's like saying, put me into 1 over x to the 8th. And whenever you move it, whenever you follow the instructions like I did here and here, drop the exponent. Okay? Or excuse me, don't drop the exponent, drop the negative number. So x to the 4th raised to the negative 2 is really just the same thing as saying 1 over x to the 8th. Okay? Let's try another example. We'll call this example 3. Let's say I have x to the 4th to the negative 2 divided by y to the 2nd to the negative 3. Looks like we're getting a little bit more complicated. Though remember that difficult problems are just simple problems stacked together, and you just do the individual simple problems first. So I'm going to follow PEMDAS to kind of guide me through this problem. And PEMDAS says, you know, do the grouping symbols first. Well, don't forget that the division bar is actually a grouping symbol. So I'm just going to do in the numerator first and the denominator second. Okay? Or I could do the denominator first and the numerator second. It doesn't make any difference. But I'm just going to do one side and treat them as two separate problems. Well, I already know that x to the 4th raised to the negative 2 is x to the negative 8th, don't I? Now let's go down here and look at this denominator. Y squared raised to the negative 3 is just y to the negative 6th. Just multiply those exponents. Now look what I have. In this step, again, I'm going to treat the individual parts separately. I've got x to the negative 8th telling me to put me in the denominator. So that's what I'm going to do. And I'm going to drop the negative sign. Don't forget, once you follow the instruction, like when you move it down here, drop the negative. Same thing with y to the negative 6. It's in the denominator. Where is it telling me to put it? In the numerator. And I drop the negative number, or the negative. This is the final answer. X to the 4th raised to the negative 2 divided by y to the 2nd raised to the negative 3 is the same thing as this. Okay? I hope that helps. Try these a couple more times. Make up some and just try them on your own. I think you'll be okay.